Hello everybody, this is Classic Goblin. Welcome back to my guide for making gold for new and low level players. Since our last video, we have put some basic gathering materials up on the auctioneers. Let's just take a look at my gold. As you can see, I am now on 6,300 gold. This is 1,600 gold roughly from my last video up. Not all of this has been made from gathering materials. 600 has been made from a few basic gathering materials. The rest I will talk about in a moment. If we just make our way to the auction house, I'd like to show you something. Before the video, I went around Lower Forest for approximately half an hour and gathered just some herbs. Some pure herbs, nothing else, no mines, no skins, just herbs. I had a relaxed stroll and gathered some herbs. As you can see, I gathered 40 earthroot, 45 peace blue, and 68 silverleaf in just half an hour. This will also net me a few hundred gold towards our goal of making some basic starter cash. Now, I did talk about the extra 1,000 gold I didn't make from gathering materials, and the reason I got that is another top tip for new players. If you leave yourself guildless without a guild, if you don't have any friends to play with, for example, you will often get people requesting guild signatures to start a guild in trade or general chat, and they will give you gold for signing their charter. When I finished the last video, I got an offer of 1,000 gold for signing a guild signature. It is usually not this high, it's usually between 50 and 100 gold, or can be 200 or something, but I got 1,000. But the hundreds, for example, do add up, so just if you feel like that, making any money that way is quite a good way to make a few extra starter cash. I should also mention that if you're going to go gathering for long periods of time, you should get yourself some new bags. Let's just take a look at the basic bags that I think you should invest in, which are 16 slot, never weave bags. They are a starter point. You shouldn't really go buy anything lower than 16 slot. It's not worth your time. And as you can see, they are 10 gold each, which is nothing considering I made 600 overnight. Should be said, there is a cheaper way to get 16 slot bags. I will show you that now. With each of the major factions in the game, of the cities, there is a vendor.
Can I help you?
A quartermaster. And at Revered, you are allowed to buy a bag from that vendor for 1 gold 80. As you can see, I'm not quite revered with Stormwind yet, but it doesn't take very long. And you'll be able to buy it a lot cheaper than the legendary bags. As you can see, I already had the diocesan one, because I'm a night elf and I've already exalted with the night elves.
Farewell.
It's a nice cheap bag to give you bigger bags so you can hold more. It should be said that you shouldn't just stick to gathering in Elwyn Forest or Dorotar or Barrens, the starter areas. As you go up in zones, the materials tend to go up in price. For example, if I was to gather my actual level sort of profession materials now, I'd be gathering something like mithril, and mithril is worth a lot more than copper, for example, per bar or per ore. What you have to remember, the reason why people vote, is ask yourself, why wouldn't everyone else gather this stuff themselves? And the thing you have to remember is most WoW players are lazy. And you have to exploit this laziness by doing it yourself. you have to yourself, well, maybe I can't justify running around for half an hour in the forest gathering materials. I've got time to play. Well, while you're dungeon queuing, or waiting for your dungeon while you're leveling, instead of sitting around in the city doing nothing, you could be in the forest gathering herbs or mines, passing the time. If you're less your healer or tank, you're going to be waiting 10 minutes upwards. In those 10 minutes, you could have made yourself 100 gold very easily. So it's worth something to think about. And thank you for listening, and goodbye.